Hello, everyone. It's Sibyl Star, and I'm here to give the astrology forecast for the Taurus New Moon for 2023. I am calling this The Earth is Our Mother. It is so much about Mother Earth, as there are 7 points in Taurus this month, and especially at this new moon, there are 7 points in Taurus. And this new moon in Taurus is at 28 degrees, 25 minutes of Taurus on May 19th at 8:54 a.m. Pacific time. And so, as I said, there are 7 points in Taurus, and I'm actually going to show you the chart so you can see what we're talking about here. Okay. All right. So here it is. So here is the new moon in Taurus. Like I said, May 19th, 8:54 a.m. Pacific time. And we have got the sun and the moon in Taurus. We also have Uranus in Taurus. We have the asteroid Vesta in Taurus. We've got Mercury, who's just gone direct, the North Node, and Jupiter. We've got 7 points in Taurus for this Taurus new moon. The ruler of all of this Taurus energy is Venus. She is over here at basically 13 degrees of Cancer. And then we also have it's a T-square of planets, but when we bring in the nodes, it becomes a fixed grand cross. Okay. And so what we've got here is, okay, we've got Jupiter, who's just moved into Taurus on May 17th, conjunct the North Node, and of course, opposite the South Node. And they are square Pluto at 0 degrees Aquarius and Mars at 29 degrees of Cancer. Now, this is at the new moon. The very next day, Mars moves into Leo at 0 degrees Leo. So we actually have a T-square within 24 hours of this new moon. Mars, Pluto, and Jupiter all at 0 degrees of the fixed signs. All right. And so anyway, I will tell you more about what that actually means. Okay. So, all right. So to begin with, then, what is the energy of Taurus? We've really been, deeply involved in Taurus energy for quite a while because Uranus has been transiting through Taurus for many years now. But anyway, the energy of Taurus tells us to slow down, to be grounded and centered in the present moment. And is the evolutionary goal of Taurus really is to find inner peace, serenity, and calm. It's about anchoring our own reality within our own consciousness and not be swept up in outer events. Taurus energy is like the tree whose roots go deep into the ground while the branches reach high. The storm swirls around, but the tree does not move other than its branches swaying. The roots really hold it there. It is about finding that place of inner peace and calm within ourselves that we can weather the storm. Okay. Um, Taurus is very deeply connected to Mother Earth. The traditional ruler is Venus, and I think that is absolutely true. But also, there's such a huge connection with Mother Earth. Many are questioning if Mother Earth is not really the primary ruler. Anyway, Taurus brings in the senses. It's time to enjoy the sensuality of our bodies, what feels good, tastes good, smells good. It's about music. It's about experiencing the world through our senses and through our body, as it is the sign most connected to our bodies. It's saying, to listen to its wisdom, to listen to your heart, listen to your gut, and especially listen to your aches and pains as they have much to tell you. They are messengers. And so it's really important to be able to sit with what is ever happening in your body and and try to come to an understanding of what that message might be. Um, like I said, it's deeply involved, connected to nature. Mother Nature is calling. It's really important to spend time in nature. Now, I should have said that, a new moon is, it really is like planting the seed for the next 30 days. So that's how long this energy lasts. So it's really telling you to really spend some time out in nature, listen to the messages of Mother Earth. She also has something to tell us. Okay, and let yourself be nourished by Gaia. Lay on the grass, let the sun, um, touch your skin, let the breeze touch your skin, smell the scent of the flowers. Um, Taurus is deeply connected to all of nature and especially the animals. Uh, Taurus is a sign that is often super connected to animals, and it rules singing and the voice. And many great singers have Taurus really strong. For example, Barbara Streisand, Luciano Pavarotti, and many others. There'd be many that I could name who have beautiful voices. And it's a very creative energy, as like I said, because it's related to Venus, and Venus is about beauty. And Taurus, Venus is about beauty, especially about natural beauty, and anything that creates beauty, such as art, music, any type of creative process. Taurus is also an earth sign, so it's very much about practicality and common sense. Um, and it's this new moon is trine Pluto, and so and Pluto is always brings in some level of soul healing. And in Taurus, it's very much around self-love and self-worth issues. Now, the shadow of Taurus is stubbornness versus determination. I mean, it is a very determined sign. When Taurus sets its mind to something, it will make it happen. But the question is, um, sometimes there is a difference between determination and stubbornness. When is it time to let go of something as well? Because Taurus likes to hold on. It is known for being very possessive and wanting ownership. Okay. And Taurus is a sign very connected to security, and especially security related to the material world, and often making choices based in comfort versus what is in one's own highest good due to those security issues and self-worth issues related to how much we have or we own. All right. Now, Mercury, as I talked about, is also in Taurus. Mercury has been retrograde in Taurus, so we've had Mercury in Taurus quite a while. Normally, it's just there 3 weeks, but we have Mercury in Taurus for 6 weeks, and or maybe longer than nine, not 6 weeks, 9 weeks. Okay, and anyway, Mercury in Taurus is Mercury is the mind, and it's about common sense and practical solutions. And since Taurus is very much about serenity and being in the present moment, Mercury in Taurus is very much about quieting our minds so we can actually hear, so we can listen rather than talk. Listening is an art that requires a quiet mind and an open heart. That's a quote from Ram Dass, and I just think it's really beautiful. And I think it's also about, as we do that, we can hear Mother Nature. We can listen to her messages once we are quiet. All right. Then we have and also that Mercury is conjunct the North Node. So it's also telling us the way forward is to listen, to do deep listening, okay, and to be present so that we can really hear what is said. Uranus and Vesta are both in Taurus. And Uranus, is the maverick. Uranus brings change, brings awakening. It's that sudden strike of lightning. It's downloads. It's about being connected to the divine mind and likes change and transition, and Uranus and Taurus pushes us out of our comfort zone, and it tells us to embrace change, because when Uranus is at 19 degrees. So if you have planets, anywhere from about 15 to 23 degrees of the fixed signs, Uranus may be activating them. Okay. Anyway, and Uranus rules the energy centers of the body, the energetic pathways through our body. And Vesta is an asteroid, and she's named after is the priestess archetype. And what it is really about, it's about Vesta is her symbol is the flame. And it's about the creative fire that burns within, which some call the Kundalini. The Kundalini could be activated. Okay. Taurus is so much about the body. And I feel like there's so many messages coming in about an embodied spirituality. And part of that is when the Kundalini awakens, when it's that life force that runs up our spine and it awakens the life force throughout the body, which can lead to enlightenment. Now, the Kundalini rising may start and just move slowly, and it's very manageable, or it may rise up suddenly with Uranus around and could have a full-blown experience. And if that is a fact, if that happens, it's really important to find someone to work with to help you work with the Kundalini, because it can be challenging if it happens suddenly. If it happens more slowly, as it may in Taurus and goes through your body, it's like I said, it's much more manageable. And I've had some experiences of that lately. And what I have found, what works for me, is as it starts moving up my spine to breathe through it. And then it seems to then kind of flow into that area of my body. Then it goes up to the next level. As I breathe into it, it flows into my body. And it really can make for a really ecstatic and blissful experience. And so, as I said, the Kundalini, there's certainly there's many things happening that are saying there's energy channels wanting to open. And as part of the upgrades, the energetic upgrades that are happening as we are moving through this higher frequency photon belt, and we know that we are being asked to hold higher frequencies of light within our bodies. Okay. Um, and it's also certainly a time for, to recognize the sacredness of Mother Earth. Mother Earth is just, we're part of her, and not only are we getting energetic upgrades, she is getting energetic upgrades. And so the key is for us to align energetically with Mother Earth as we are all moving together into these higher frequency vibrations and dimensions. So it's a really wonderful time for holding sacred circles and ceremonies as this light is coming in. And so the big question that I have been struggling with is how to hold this increased light and anchor it in my body and still be functional, because I still have to work. you know. And so, I've shared this experience and I'm just going to share it again, is that recently I went out to my local woods. I live in California, and I have a beautiful local redwood forest that is really super magical. And I go there. And so I was praying there and I was really asked for guidance on this question of how to hold this higher frequency uh, and still be functional. And so I went to this tree and I was really engaged with the tree. And the long and the short of it is, I just got this guidance, and it told me, I have what I need in my own backyard, is to just go out and hug a tree, be on the ground, be with Mother Nature. That is actually what grounds that energy into our field. And I was then able, when I did that, it converted, is the word I want to use. It was integrated and it converted to physical energy, and I felt more alive and vibrant than I had in a long time. And I was able to finish all my tasks and get all my work done and be really happy and good in the process. Anyway, so I feel like that's what this is about. Now, Venus is the ruler of Taurus, the traditional ruler. And Venus is in alignment with Sirius. She's at 13 degrees of Cancer, coming to an alignment with the Great Mother. The Egyptians believed that Sirius was the celestial face of Isis. So I feel like this is bringing in the deep feminine, because Venus herself, is one of the faces of the Great Mother of the divine feminine, and aligned with Isis and and also telling us, of course, that Mother Earth is also a face of the Divine Mother, and that her deep love for us, and that we are never alone. And to know the Mother is the Great Mother, the Divine Mother, is always here in all of her many faces. There's 3 faces that are really prominent at this new moon. And once again, like I said, it's a great time for sacred circles and ceremony and really connecting with Mother Earth and with Isis and with Venus. Okay. All right. Now, Jupiter, what's going on with Jupiter? Jupiter is now in Taurus. Jupiter's been in Aries for the last year or so. She's now back. Jupiter is at 0 degrees of Taurus, where he will be for the next year. And Jupiter is our largest planet. He brings blessings and opportunity. He opens and closes doors. Okay. So it's kind of like how that works is that Jupiter brings new beginnings and opens doors, but often we have to close a door to be able to go through a door behind us to be able to go through one in front of us. Okay. And Jupiter in Taurus can be very much about material abundance. It might be financial. There can be some good fortune or experiences surrounding money, gifts, or personal possessions due to improved resourcefulness. Investments may pay off. And by the way, Jupiter can bring in tremendous resourcefulness. But I feel like this is very much about prosperity consciousness. The attitude of gratitude changes everything. So it's really a good time to bring into our lives a daily gratitude practice. For as Meister Eckhart says, if the only prayer you ever say is thank you, that will be enough. Okay. And it's about saying thank you, not only for the blessings in our life, but those that are on their way, to say, thank you, bring me more. I know there are so many blessings coming my way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, the shadow of Jupiter in Taurus, since Jupiter expands everything it touches, is that we could come into possession of a lot more material objects. And so, it's really important as we get new things to let the old things go. And believing money can buy happiness or bring security, because it can show us as well that self-worth may be aligned with our amount of material possessions or what we own. So know that that is all possibilities. Now, there is that really big T square or grand cross. When we include the nodes, it becomes a grand cross. But first, let's just talk about the 3 planets involved, which is Mars opposite Pluto, square Jupiter, and also the nodes. Okay, they square the nodes. It activates the nodes, which creates the Grand Cross. So at the new moon, Mars is at 29 degrees of Cancer, but within 24 hours moves into Leo. So all 3 planets will be at 0 degrees of the fixed signs. And 0 degrees is always the beginning and most pure energy of that sign. And of course, the fixed signs, it's places where we have fixed patterns, fixed habits. It's an old pattern when we have fixed signs. It says this is an old pattern. Okay. And so Mars opposite Pluto, Mars is our desire nature. It's our passion, it's life force, it's vitality. Mars is the warrior. Mars is the handmaiden to the ego. The ego says, this is what I want. Mars says, I'm going to go get it for you. Pluto is called the higher octave of Mars because it's also deeply passionate and is connected to our desire nature, but it's more unconscious, and it's kind of like our unconscious motivations. And Mars is also our will, whereas Pluto is more about our divine will. Okay. Anyway, when Mars is opposite Pluto, it can create a surge of adrenaline. And adrenaline-like energy that needs a physical or creative outlet. I mean, when this energy comes up, it's really important to move, to go outside, to do work, to run, to walk, to dance, do whatever you can to really move the energy, because it's really trying to move through an energetic block. And it can be volcanic in nature. It's a highly emotionally charged energy, for Mars is a catalyst, and Pluto says you've got to feel it to heal it. Pluto is very connected to the soul and our emotional body. Okay. And it could bring up some emotional turmoil. This could also activate the Kundalini, as it's also very highly sexual and charismatic energy. Now, one of the goals is to align our human will, our egoic will, with divine will. But there can be energetic obstacles, as the egoic human nature can take us down the wrong path. It's like it's a huge amount of energy. And if we aren't able to get clarity about, our direction, it can take us down the wrong path. So it's like, it's the kind of energy that can move mountains when it is sustained, but we could move the wrong mountain, as they say. Okay. So, and I'm going to say the obstacles can show up through power struggles with others. Oppositions are often about ourselves and others. And so, and to know that the other is often mirroring back to us something we need to see. Okay. But it's going to be a very highly emotionally charged energy. We may find ourselves and others acting out of our deepest wounds, as this is a very passionate kind of energy that may touch those deep wounds that want to be made conscious, that want to be released and made known to us, because this is some powerful life force pushing through us, and it is pushing through some an unconscious energy blocks for self-empowerment. And as it aligns our egoic will to divine will, we may find that we are not getting what it is we think we want. Okay. And so we may blame others and project our anger onto others for not getting what we want. But in hindsight, it may be one of those times that we are grateful that we did not get what we thought we wanted, because it may not be in our highest good. If we don't get what we think we want, it's really important to just move that energy through, not blame anyone, to just know this is trying to take me to where I need to be, not always necessarily where I want to be. Okay. Because when it is in alignment, you can really move mountains. And that's really when you can move mountains, right? Okay. And it can move smoothly and move that old energy block. Now, square Jupiter and the nodes, and well, I would say Jupiter and the North Node are actually more of the focal point. Okay. And so Jupiter and the North Node, that's the way forward. Jupiter, when Jupiter is conjunct the North Node, it is like shining a bright light on the way forward. One could relate it to, say, just follow the yellow brick road. And it is Jupiter is also within a degree of the conjunction of the solar eclipse in April, which was so much about what makes you come alive. It tells us, that's the way forward, is what makes you come alive and have a tremendous amount of life force energy, while grounding this energy in your body will create sustained energy. And you may be shown practical steps and common sense decision to bring these desires into manifestation. But now with Mars Pluto square the nodes, it tells us that we are at a turning point or a crossroads. And it really feels like a healing storm coming through to clear the path and show the way forward. For as we know, not all storms come to disrupt our lives. Some come to clear the path. And with Pluto, we have to feel it to heal it. Feel into whatever shows up and moving deeply through it so we can release it. And I feel like a piece of this, Jupiter also has to do with our belief systems. And so I feel like it's about healing energy blocks of old beliefs that somehow you are not deserving of the abundance of which the universe is made. So it's healing those places where you do not yet love yourself, because self-love and self-worth are directly related to beliefs around abundance. Okay. It's an opportunity to release old belief systems of scarcity and limitation and transmute them into self-confidence and self-empowerment. Like I said, the way forward, Jupiter conjunct the North Node is the transformation of our belief system to know that we are held in the field of infinite possibilities and the divine abundance and flow of our Mother Gaia and the Divine Mother, to be open to miracles and to know that things can change on a dime. And also to allow yourself to receive what you need. That is often the problem too. We think we have to go out and, make something happen, when the truth of it is, it's really about following the energy. And as you allow your heart to follow the energy, it takes you to what it is you need. Okay. And I feel like this storm is clearing the path to get clear on, so that you can see, so the flow can happen. Right, so you can really follow the flow. And it also brings you to inner peace and serenity. After the storm, it can be very peaceful. So be like the tree in the storm, stay calm and not overreact or take things personally, because this will keep your mind clear and your heart at peace. The storm can clear your field and give you the healing and guidance you are seeking if you can weather the storm and then create from a place of deep inner knowing and calm. Let Mother Nature and Gaia herself be your guide to self-love and inner peace. Be sure to spend time out in nature. I saw this really beautiful quote, and it says, "May your search through nature lead you to yourself." That's what this is really about, is leading you to deeper levels of truth about yourself, okay? And so on the world stage, what could happen? Okay, well, of course, this is big drama. We could have big drama in our personal lives, but this is also a big drama on the public scale. We could see some big upheavals with celebrities, those in power, the financial world, and the natural world as well. But I'm going to close this with the Pleiades. Okay, as this is what I'm sitting in front of here, is an image of the Pleiades, the seven sisters, because this new moon is conjunct the Pleiades, or is in alignment. Let's just put it this way: the energy of the Pleiades is shining through our sun as the sun comes right into alignment with them, and it's about a 5-day event. Okay, and it'll be exact on May 21st. Anyway, so the Pleiades, they are the seven sisters, and they have much wisdom and beauty. The Pleiades are very connected to Mother Earth. They love her deeply. The Pleiades brings in the wisdom of the heart. It's a very compassionate and empathetic energy. They are known for being healers. The Egyptians believed that transitioning souls go to the Pleiades for healing between lives. Many healers carry the energetic starseed markings of the Pleiades. And it is said that we share much DNA with the Pleiadians, and that they had colonies here on Earth for many thousands of years and worked directly with many of the indigenous peoples and even lived with them. The Cherokee are one tribe that trace their origins back to the Pleiades. They are the star ancestors for many of us, and want us to know they are to help all of us with this ship, because they're very involved with the ascension process of humanity and Mother Earth. And it is said that the time of open contact is beginning. And it will be the Pleiadians who make first open contact with us, as we share so much DNA. Their most important message is to love and care for our Mother Earth. And the way we can most help her is to heal ourselves. For as we know that the indigenous saying, when we heal ourselves, we heal 7 generations before us, 7 generations after us, and Mother Earth. So walk as if you are kissing the earth with every step you take, for she is sacred. She is our mother. She loves us, and we love her. All right. Blessings to all in this beautiful energy of this Taurus new moon. and of the Pleiadians, and wishing you all a wonderful month. Namaste and many blessings.